Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Murmuhu. We saw Sri Ramakrishna demonstrating the humility that is needed for a spiritual aspirant to evolve further to his own divinehood. The sattva from tamas of sleep, desire for enjoyments, possessions, excessive anger, all this, the tamas he has to cross. During brahmacharya period, he is said to be tamobhid, who is going to cross over tamas. Especially the first thing we find the obstruction in our spiritual path is nidra, sleep, which doesn't allow us to go ahead. Little time we get, we feel like taking rest. It is not because of the body needs, but because of the habit. And body needs very little. Our mind needs more. And involvement in the world, more I am involved in the world, more sleep I need. So the how to conquer this first enemy is by having a perfect disciplined life. Strong determination that I will be doing this. And even from school days, almost all children you see, they write down the timetable what they are going to do. Morning getting up, this one, I will sit from this hour to this hour for my studies, and all things are going on. Here they will write down, and from tomorrow I will follow this. They will follow. One day, maximum 2 or 3 days. 4th day it is totally missing. And their old routine, they go, getting up loosely and all. And after some more days, when the exam is nearing, 3 months are there, no, I have to take up. Again they will, all children, at least 4 times or 5 times in a year, they will put this program and don't follow. There is no grit in them. Once, this is called dhriti in Bhagavad Gita. This dhriti, determination and resolution, I resolve, I determine. This comes through tapas. When I see people are unable to know, they have not been introduced to tapas. When Rama or Krishna went to Gurukula, first thing they are taught is to accept hardship. The body must be given to. When I went to West, I saw protected from all things. A road cannot have a bump or a pit. Somewhere also, the footpath, there cannot be step. Small variations, no. That will be, a machine will be brought, the stones will be cut into pieces, leveled. No obstruction. What is this? Where is the everything? And then they are incapable of facing any hardship. They do exercises. These are the things. All machineries are there to do every type of activity. They want to do a fencing, all things are brought, a machine drills a hole, another machine fills it. and everything is done by machine. They want to trim a tree, a huge machine comes. It can go up and whole tree is. This is going on. Now, man has become extremely a slave. He is not able to do anything independently. When I was in forest, the forest dwelling people, magic they used to do. They don't have anything. They don't have wearing cloth. Adivasis. They cut some grass, put in the water. After 15 days they take it out and beat on the stone. Fine fibers come out. Within half a day they make small mat like which they wear. Within half a day, it whole to make a cloth for them to wear around the waist. They have spent almost one day in cutting grass, putting in a stream. Half a day they have made their wearing. And one day a person came. There is no human existence in that forest where I stayed. I was thinking I am alone, about 250 kilometers around. No human existence. It is a reserve forest. Nobody can enter also. It is surrounded by a river. Its width is 3 to 6 kilometers, width of the river. Nobody can swim and come across also. One place there is an entrance. So there I was staying, and I used to sit on a stone every day. I stayed there for 4.5 years on a stone in the stream so that insects and all do not bother me. I used to sit for meditation. One evening a person has come. He came. I was not able to identify, is it an animal or what? Because all hairs, just a waste that made up of that fiber, except that there was no sign of being a human. All hairs, this one and all. But he had a bucket in his hand. The bucket was made up of wood. A tree, fallen tree, he has removed the inner portion and chipped the outer portion with stone. They don't have metal. They have not been using metal. With stone, they chip from inside also. They get a bucket like. With grass, they make rope in seconds. Just they've gone pulling and rolling it and making a rope. The rope is tied and is there. And when I saw the rope, the bucket and all, a big rope is there. He came and bowed down. In a broken Hindi, he was speaking. He said, I am going to take out honey from the honeycombs. Huge honeycombs are there. We will go there. I was afraid because I don't know where he's going to take, and I don't have a place. I don't know. I am new to the forest life. Not very new, already 1.5 years have passed. Living alone. Once in 3 months a forester comes and gives me something to eat. And otherwise I have not seen humans there. So he said, you will not be able to see any more in your life if you don't see these things now in the forest. Our life if you don't see. Then I felt, yes, he is telling the truth. And took courage, offered my prayers and started going with him. On the way, he cut 2 dry bamboos. There was bamboo grew from that tree and split it in the front and kept with him. and we were going. And it was already when we started, it would be evening, say 4 o'clock or so. We were walking. I was singing some bhajans and going. He too was enjoying and going, leading me. I was behind. And there was a waterfalls. Around the waterfalls, huge rocks and caves were there. Every rock, every tree has huge honeycombs. Honeycomb, the dimension, how much of honey may be there. Maybe each will contain about 10 to 15 kilos of honey. Then he was taking me to that place. On the way it started drizzling. What to do? It's going to rain. He just stopped, took a bamboo strip, thin bamboo, cut it into pieces. Another bamboo he took this much and tied it above these pieces and covered them with teakwood leaves. It was a teakwood forest there. So, in no time, he made an umbrella and gave me. It might have taken about 4 minutes for him to make an umbrella. I was surprised. Is it possible? What am I seeing? Who are these people? At will, they are doing whatever they need. To buy an umbrella where all we go, how many machineries we use. He can leave, within 4 minutes, he is able to make an umbrella. He can throw and go also. Fine umbrella. It started raining. I was safe under the umbrella. Then we were going, the place was nearing, and it has already become dark. We are not properly able to see the road. There is no road, we have to go in the forest. Wherever he takes, then he wanted to light the bamboos. Now he lighted one. How he lighted? There is no matchbox. From his waist he took out a small shell. That shell was bilwa, which we use for Shiva worship. Bilwa's fruit. It is dried. It is opened from bottom and emptied. And the bubble tree thorns, when they are tender, they round and tie and keep. The front portion is left as it is, sharp one, and it is rolled inward and tied and kept. When it becomes hard, it would be a loop with a sharp nail in the front as if. That they will put inside this on one side. The another side is opening. They take the grass and make a spoon and put it here. Inside there is a tree which gives cotton. It is not ordinary cotton which we use. It is silkish cotton from a tree. They call it semal tree. That one, they fill it and keep that cotton. They take out a cotton, a small stone, so on the stone they keep, another stone they strike. It catches fire. Few dried leaves pieces, it blows and it catches fire. All this I saw with my own eyes. Oh, can they do this? Can they do this? Can I do? I tried how they lighted the fire. I had to strike 40 times before I could get a spark. They strike within so much accustomed. And we went. Then he showed huge trees. A tree to hold, we need minimum 3-4 people. Such big diameters. And one of the tree had fine honeycomb. He said, I'm going to take the honey from this. I was wondering, how will he climb? He said, I will go up. I will be tying rope to my waist. Other end will be on the ground. I will ask you to tie it to my bucket. This is the one thing that you have to do. Otherwise I have to climb down again. So he tied the bamboo, lighted bamboo to the rope and climbed. Other side is climbing, the bamboo is below. From below he pulled that burning bamboo and fixed it in a portion of the tree. Then he removed the rope and let it below again second time. He wanted me to tie it to the bucket. I tied it, he pulled it up. He must have been at least 30 feet above. He climbed from a thin tree and went to that tree on which, huge tree on which the honeycomb was there. And before climbing the tree, he did a small worship from the local leaves and all that, flowers he offered. The fire was burning. He put some gum of the tree. It started giving fragrance, like incense stick. And then he offered his prayer and climbed. Adivasi people, they don't have a religion or anything, but they have that faith. Some unknown power is governing. We have to satisfy. Then he climbed up. And all this. Now, bucket is with him, burning fire is with him, and while going, he had taken some leaves from a tree. He had put here and there the leaves. And then he had given me a bunch of leaves, telling him, if you hold this leaf, you will not get, the honeybees will not come to you or bite. They cannot come if these leaves are there with you. And they call it Landia tree. And that leaves he had given me, I was sitting below. He took that torch and it's going to light that honeycomb he wants to. It is fully night, all honeybees have come back and filled. He saw the whole thing filled with honey, and that fire he wants to drive away the honeybees and take out the honey. He started singing a song addressing the queen of the comb. There will be queen inside. And addressing that queen, he started singing a song. Look here, I am going to destroy your kingdom for my stomach. I have to look after my needs. I have no enmity. I want you all to flourish, but I have my needs to fulfill. Pardon me for the thing I am doing. And then pray to the divine, the power which is governing all lives, the power which is governing this universe. May that power pardon me. With these two prayers, singing, raising his pitch, he kept it. All honeybees started flying here, there. Many started getting burnt and fallen down. I was afraid. I was sitting there, and then no honeybee came to me or bit him. just because he was keeping that leaves with him, that tree leaves, which are repellent, and we were safe. And he removed the honey, put in the bucket, honeycomb, and came down and filtered it, and one bucket of honey was with him. It was almost nearing midnight, and we had to return. But look at the way, how they live, how we live, with all things, with nothing they are living. So beautifully. You must see their huts in the forest. Small hut, only made up of grass and other things, no metal, but a drop of water will not enter. They are made in such a way the animals and insects and reptiles cannot enter. So nice, everything. That is life. Hardship, accepting the hardship and accepting pain and suffering, which have not been taught to us. To accept insults, sufferings, we are not been taught. To take up the hardships, we are not. To face the dangers boldly, we are not been taught. That's why we have become so weak. We don't have courage to meet any challenges of life. We sit and weep. Anybody coming and insulting, I am not able to bear. Anybody telling, oh, he insulted me, I think, what did you do in return? Were you able to give love in return? This is the first question I ask. When complaints come, he has done like this. What did you do in return? It is between you and him. Could you give love in return for his harsh words that was striking like arrow to your heart? This is sainthood, to give love in return. That alone transforms the person. If you challenge him, he will also challenge. The enmity grows to the extent, unimaginable dimension. So saints conquer this world through love. They conquer themselves through divine love, loving God. They conquer this world external by offering love, pouring love in return. For they don't need anything. They have dissolved their ego in the service of God and the service of men. This is the ideal Vivekananda placed before us. Atmano mokshartham jagathetaya cha. For one's own salvation and for the welfare of the world. Let your life be for your own salvation and for the welfare of the world. So this year Sri Ramakrishna is demonstrating how to be humble, how to get rid of ego, how to bear, how to return. So this we see here, that new dispensation, Sri Ramakrishna, they ask, what do you think of him? I said to him, I am the servant of your servant, the dust of your feet. Keshav said with a smile, you can't catch him. Ram. Sometimes Keshav used to say, you are John the Baptist. John the Baptist. Sometimes Keshav used to say to you, to Sri Ramakrishna, a devotee. But Keshav also said, you were the Chaitanya of 9th century, said in English. Master. What does that mean? Devotee. The Chaitanya has been incarnated again in the present century of the Christian era, and that you are He. They see something great in Sri Ramakrishna. He is just a normal person like all other. Same routine, getting up in the morning, sleeping at night, all this, talking to people, living like an ordinary man. But inner dimensions are unimaginable, whether it is ecstatic love of God or the knowledge of all things, whatever human can understand. So here they see at the same time extreme humility, and on the other side deep compassion for jivas. All these combinations you will see in him, strict to himself and so much of concession for others. So this setting an ideal and unusual, now and then, is not there in this world at all. A small suggestion is sufficient for him to get lost in the other realm. Now he is talking a word of God, a singing someone starts. He is in ecstasy, he is in samadhi. To bring him back, it takes time. So he is forgetful, the whole world and the body which is so dear, he forgets of in moments. These all will be, what do you see? How do you see? All these questions. And a pure soul to the core, beyond all differentiations. So this makes them wonder where they can tally. They had read the life of Chaitanya, they have read the life of Christ, they have read the life of so many avatars. They try to tally. Oh, he must have been that person reborn, this person reborn. So Sri Ramakrishna is silently like a child, he goes on hearing all these things. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.